Okay, then we will start the class. Anyway, only a couple of them are there. Others can join, and if they have missed out something, they can look at the recording. So we were at this stage where we were looking at the regular expression or the topic of pattern matching, and we have seen the dot, the period character, which is one of the meta character. We have seen opening and the closing brackets. We have seen the square brackets, as well as we have seen curly brackets or flower brackets, and as well as the caret symbol. We have also gone through the, hopefully my screen is visible. We have also gone through the asterisk, plus, as well as the question mark. Those are used for one or more or none repetitions or occurrences, and they are known as symbolic quantifiers. And then we have also talked about the various places that these meta characters can be used to create a regular expression. Now let us talk about some the last part, that is the dollar symbol, as well as we have also seen the slash. The slash is not used alone. It is used with for creating the class the quantifiers, that is slash d or slash capital D or slash W. Now these are used for assigning the what do we say, a class of characters or class of expressions. So if we use slash d, what we get is a character can belong to any number what we specify in the square brackets, or slash w, that means it represents the class of alpha numerical characters. Now the last thing we have to look at is the percentage. Now percentage as such doesn't belong to a class of characters, but percentage is used to specify the end. That is, it is used to say that nothing should match after this, after percentage. So for example, here we have seen several examples with respect to the roll number, and at the end here we said that this expression which I'm highlighting, that is d slash d, obviously it means this class of character numbers, that is 0 to 9, and within flower brackets or curly brackets we have 4. That means it has to repeat for 4 times, that is slash d has to repeat for 4 times. So what is happening here is this will match, then 1604 will match, then we have a hyphen which is same. It has to have a hyphen. If there is another character, it doesn't match, it returns false. Then if we take this one, then we have percentage d, that is numbers should repeat 2 times, so these are 2 numbers, and again followed by hyphen, so on till the end. So this string will return us what do we say when we use search? It will return us true, because it matches this regular expression which is there within double which is there within divided. Now what happens is, I'll just copy this and paste it here. This is my regular expression, and this is the string which I'm trying to evaluate. Now what happens is, this is obviously we have seen gives us the result true, which matches from the earlier example. Now if I have this as the string, suppose if I'm using search as the method to find. So what will happen is, suppose if I have something like let's say here AAA, and at the end also XXX, suppose if I have. even then this will return true. But what we need is we need exact match of the regular expression. So this expression, which starts from AA and the roll number, and this will match when we are using search method. When we are using search method, remember, that is what I'm saying. It matches when we are using search method. Why? Because the search method returns true or the index. And we are saying true because it's easy to explain. It returns true or any index greater than or equal to 0 if this regular expression is found in the string. So this is your complete string, and within this string, this is the regular expression. So it returns true. So if a user types AAA and then starts with it, end with something else, it will return true, saying that it's a correct roll number. The format of the roll number is correct. But that is not the validation we want. We want the exact match of the validation. Not only this, what will happen is even this without the ending characters, it will return true. But that is not the case. This is not the string we want. Or not only that, let us say that the first few things are correct, but it is ending with XXX. That is also we don't need, but it will return true. So all these expressions will return true because we are using a search method. So search, basic purpose of a search method, whether you use a regular expression or use a characters and double quotes, string in a double quotes to find that sequence of characters, what happens is it will return true or the index greater than or equal to 0. If not found, it will return index -1, or what we say is as false. So this expression will return true for even this roll number or this string. It will return true for even this string as well as true for both these strings. Now, if I need to match an exact, then what do I do? Then what do I do? We will be using $meta character. That is, it specifies that it's the end of the string. It should match till the end of the string. So we will simply add a dollar here. So this becomes our regular expression. This part we have already seen. To that we have just appended dollar symbol. Then what will happen is it is going to return true, fine, there is no problem. This is going to return false. Why? Because at the end we have some characters. So what I'll do is I'll just copy the first thing as it is, and let us say we don't have a dollar here, so all these things will be returning true. All these will be returning true. Then once we have the dollar part, it matches only the end. So what happens is this part, this thing will return true. It's matching end, but at the end we have XXX, so it will return false. So this regular expression is actually evaluated till the end of the string. Actually, it's evaluating only the end part of the string. So this will return false. Then what about this? It's evaluating till the end, and the last character, we don't have anything after 001. So this is the string which is evaluated for this expression. This also returns true. This also returns true. What about this? This will return false because at the end we have XXS, and with starting from the end part, if you evaluate, it is not matching, so this will be false. This will be false. So then even these two, which is this is the exact match we got, no problem, that is true, that is what we wanted. But even this is returning true. Even this returns true because it's matching till the end. So this end part of the string matches this regular expression. It returns true because we have used dollar. So the only difference between using the regular expression without a dollar and using with the dollar is that it matches at the end. So this one is true. Okay, we wanted this true. Even here it is true. This is true over here. So this is false. So we got the result. That is what. But this is true even here, even I mean there, and even here it is true. Then how do we evaluate the exact match of the roll number? So what we do is same thing. I'm just copying this and pasting it over here. This is S1. No, let us not say S1. All these are S1 itself, strings. Search of this, what I said is the search method returns index greater than equal to 0 if the regular expression is matched. Greater than equal to 0 means even here it is returning greater than equal to 0. That is, it's returning, this is the 0th index, 1, 2, and 3. It returns the value 3. So greater than equal to 0, it is returning as true. That is what? Because the string matches. Now, if I have this result, if I have the condition here as equal to 0, that means the start ending is fine with this, but start also should be with this characters, the class of characters. So what happens here is this will not return the index as 0. It will be returning index as 3. So when we have this condition, this will be returning as 3 equal to 0 is false. So we will have the result as false, and only this part, that is the roll number in the exact validated form what we wanted, will return the value as 0, because from the last, if you see, till the first, it matches. So from the last till the first part, it matches. So this index will be returned as 0. So that is why we have the expression as true. So that is the use of the dollar symbol or the dollar meta character in regular expressions. Now, same thing we have to apply for the what do we call here? The phone numbers, what we have seen. Somewhere we have seen the phone numbers. So if we look at the phone numbers as an example, we have seen somewhere. If you look at the phone numbers and all, even there we have to use dollar symbol to match in the exact format. So these were all the characters what we needed for regular expressions, or what we call it as meta characters. Now, as a what do I say, as a example, we will use our program, and then let us try to validate that program. So I suppose I have already written somewhere the validation part, JavaScript events. I don't remember now which is the page. Okay, that is open this. Is this the one? No, this is not the one. Last class we have created that. No, this is not the one. What was that file which we used last time? Events. Events we have seen. Let me. Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll create a new form itself. Okay, JavaScript strings. I'll create a new form itself. Let's say JavaScript validation, and we will try to change a few things in this form and look at. Let us look at the exact way of how it works. Okay. Okay, this is the. I just try to increase the font size so that it's visible. Hopefully, it's visible now. So let us use this JavaScript validation. I'll just open this file in Chrome itself. Okay. Not Chrome, Edge browser. So this is our simple page. This is the simple registration page. Let us call this as registration page. And here, just let me verify whether all the names. Validate is the method which we are writing to validate. So let me just check whether okay, I'm calling validate, and on that's the answer. Submit is the event, I'm calling that. And we are retrieving email, name, phone number, password, and confirm password. Okay, email is already there, so let us have this. So first is the email, sname, phone, pwd, and cpwd. Okay, now let's save this. And here we have several output statements. Let me just remove these statements. Even this statement, I'll just remove it. Okay, now let us first. This is a sample program which I'm will be creating using JavaScript, and we are writing a validate function, retrieving the elements using the DOM model. That is, this is the document which is an object already created, and get element by ID. And that ID email is nothing but this is the ID email which we have given to the input, the first input for the email. So this text box, whatever we see here, this text box is nothing but referred to as with the ID as email. Then sname is there, phone number, password, and compare password. So we will try to validate these inputs what the user gives. Now this program we are writing it. In exam they might ask you for write a program, a JavaScript function or program to validate a basic things they may ask. So we will try to handle all the basic validations what we have already seen, and which are necessary validations for every website. So this may help you in future work also in your mini projects or in your major projects and so on. So what we will do is, the very first thing is we will try to validate whether the student name, let us email, will come to the last part, whether the student name, whether here, let's say that it's a mandatory field. So user should not keep it as a blank. That's the first validation we will do. So what we will use is, in this JavaScript, we will have an if statement. If sname is the student name, what we are using, sname dot value will give us the value. Is the string there? So it gives us the value. If this value, what we are doing is not, if this value is equal to null, that means user is not typing anything, or we are not using and, or is this expression, logical expressions, and or not, or sname dot value is equal to, let us say, it's not typing anything, so blank string, open and closing. If this is there, what we will do is we will just try to send an alert to the user. Say that let's say alert, we'll use the alert function, and let's say that name, let's say name cannot be empty. And then we will say return false. That means this function will not send any data, and the web page will, JavaScript will not send any data, and just return false, doesn't do anything. Let us save this, the first validation part. Let me refresh it. Now in the name I'm typing something. I'll just click register. Oh, there's a problem. If I don't type anything, it cannot be empty. Okay, let me just check up the fields. What are the fields? Name we have used sname, fine. Length was fine. Sname is sname itself, and what we are using here is sname itself, fine. That's the value we need. So this sname dot value not equal to null, sname dot value or sname.value equal to some text. Okay, well, let me do one thing. I'm just trying to we will have an alert box here, and let us print sname.value. Let us print that. I'm just going to save this. Let me refresh this part. The name I'm typing this, I'm saying is undefined, cannot be empty. Okay. So what are we doing actually? Get element by ID, we are saying. Okay, IDs are fine, but it's just let me, okay, just S name as this. Let me save this, let me refresh it, and let us have a name XYZ. Okay, okay, sorry. That's it's my mistake. It's my mistake. Here, actually, sorry, we should not use value. Over here also we should not use value because it is returning directly the string. That was my mistake. That's fine. So let me just save it and let me refresh it. Now, if I am entering some name as ABC XYZ, if I click it, it's not doing. I mean, it's valid. So it will send the data there because I have typed in something. Now, suppose if I leave it blank and then try to click register, it gives me the pop-up that name cannot be empty. So that is one of the validation we have done. Now, the other validations, what we will do is we will try to check if the name in the name what we have it in the name what we are the name. Obviously, we will try to now validate that the name must not include numbers because I mean nobody has a name XYZ 0 or 1 XYZ, though that can be an email address, but not a name. So what we will do is we will just copy this part, and here we will just since obviously we need to evaluate for its name, that is the and here we can say name not valid. I mean, so you can have any message for the user. So S name dot we will use search method, and in this search method, what we need to search is not the string in double quotes. We need to search an expression. So we will use regular pattern. We need to match. So we will use // instead of double quotes. // Then name can be in capital letters or in small cases. So we will use the character class from A to capital Z, space small a to small z. And obviously, we will use quantifiers, that is this one. What do we have seen over here? These quantifiers, that is symbolic constants, symbolic quantifiers. So should we use 0 or more repetitions, 1 or more repetitions, or 1 or none repetitions? Which one should we use? There should be at least one character. So 1 or more repetitions. So what we will do is we will have plus here. We will have plus there. That is 1 or more times it has to be repeated. So we are saying it should be at least, I mean, we have evaluated to be not equal to null. So we can use plus or asterisk also. Let's use plus and plus, and at the end we will use dollar. Because still that's the end we have to search. And this expression should be equal to 0. So that is, it should not start the entire thing. Whatever user types should only be from A to Z, capital or small. It can be 1 or can be repeated more than 1 times. And dollar we are using because till the end has to match. From the till the end, nothing can be there after that. And equal to 0 we are using because this class should start from the 0th index. So if this is there, if this is equal to 0, we will say over here I'm just closing the if part. We will say return true. Now, if this is not else, if this is not the case, then we will have the statement as alert name not valid, return false. So this we are checking whether it has to have a proper format for the names. So I'll just save this file and then I'll just refresh it. Name, I'll just say ABCXYZ. Just click register. Nothing. There's no error as such. I'll just refresh this and I'll say XYZ itself. But in the middle, what I'll do is I will have let's say 1 XYZ1. I'll say register. It says name not valid. So what happens is using this expression, or if I say 0 XYZ and then click register, it says name not valid. That's the output I get. So what is happening here is over here, if you in this one, we have checked whether it cannot be empty as well as it cannot be apart from alphabets, it cannot be numbers. So only caps A to Z, small a to Z. That's all. Then the next validation we will do is we will check whether the phone number is in 10 digits or not. And it should be only numbers. That's the way. I mean, that's the validation we will try to do. So what we will use over here, a phone number is SPH. So we will have the if SPH, that's the object we have, SPH dot search, and within search / and phone number we are saying should not be less than 10 digits, neither it should be more than 10 digits. So how do we access that phone number? /d, that is, it should be only 0 to 9. That is what we have the definition here for class of characters 0 to 9. So /d. So you can use /d or you can also use 0 to 9. Well, let us use /d. And this /d should occur how many times? 10 times. Now, should we use plus or asterisk over here for symbolic quantifiers? These symbolic quantifiers? There is no need. We are saying exactly it should be 10 digit, not less than 10, not more than 10. And then we will have dollar symbol at the end. That is what we try to evaluate, dollar symbol at the end. And if this is equal to 0, that means we will return true. We will return true. Else, we will have to say it is alert. And within quotes, we will say the message as phone number not valid. Not proper format or valid, whatever. And then return false. So it's actually, this is the message, whatever you can give it to the user, it doesn't matter. It's up to you. So let us save this, refresh it. The first thing is, if I'm not giving anything and registering, here we have checked the name with validation as ABC2. What is the problem here? Okay, sorry, script error. I forgot to close this function, f function. Let me just save this. Let me refresh again and let me say ABC and 0. I registered, says name not valid. So I remove this and then this now name is valid. I'll say register. The name is valid. I'm saying register, it's going on. Why? Because on phone we have not checked whether it should be null or not. We only checked it should, if it is there, it is should be 10 digits. So if at all you want to check if phone number also should not be null, then what you try to do is you use this logic. You use this logic where you will have SPH not null and SPH not equal to 0. Anyway, we are not doing that. We are saying if there is there, it should be this one. So let me just try to have 4 digits. I'll just click. Let me just go back and check the code for any errors. Where is SPH? This is SPH. This is PH. Phone number, element by ID. Let me just check whether I'm retrieving ID or not. Name, this is for phone number, PH itself. I'll remove this focus part. Value for the focus part. That's unnecessary there. We had for checking whether. Let me just save this program, and here let me check if SPH, which is we have retrieved it here, and the program element of ID is SFH. SFH is exactly correct or not. Okay, let me save this. Just refresh once more. I'll just use the proper validation. I'll use. There's some error in my code. Just let me debug this part. The script doesn't say there is any errors. Everything is fine, it says. All the places I close the quotes. P is not equal to 0. I'm just checking there. Slash slash is also there. 10 times I'm saying it is fine. So I'm returning true or I'm returning false. Everything seems to be correct. There is no error. As such, anyway, let me just refresh this part and just let me do one thing. I'll just debug it by having alert with the message as let's say not in quotes. Just I will have SPH. I'll print SPH. Let me save this part and refresh it. Name is fine. Just 4 digits. Oh, so there is a problem. I'm not able to retrieve SPH itself. So there is a problem somewhere here. Name is not valid. We return true. Alert, ALERT, alert name is correct. It's not going till that position itself, SPH. So here, if SPH I'm throwing, why it's not retrieving SPH itself. This is fine. Name is empty. It has retrieved. So I put up this SPH is not retrieved. Must be some problem in my. This is fine. I am opening it. I'm closing it. Search method is also closed. Equal to 0 is there. Return RETURN. Return true. True. False. False. Yes. Am I missing any semicolon somewhere? Let me do one thing. I'll just run this in Chrome. Because if there's any errors, it will show me here itself. Refresh. Even here it's not coming. This is opening brackets, closing brackets, else, opening, closing, return, false, false is getting returned. This is fine. There is no absolute no error. So just let me use its quotes. So even then does not matter anyway. There's some problem with my form. I'm not able to. This is pH. This is pH for phone. So what is I'm retrieving pH value, but it doesn't say pH value. Document get element by ID. Okay, let me put this alert over here. Save this. Let me refresh this part. And before validating, I'll say it says okay. Now here it's retrieving. So if I just say 1, 2, 3, now it's here it's retrieving. Okay, fine. Here it's retrieving. So that means still here we are correct. Then if this is there, here it's not retrieving SPH. So I'll do one thing. If it is true, then I'll try to print and see what happens. Let me refresh this. This is true. This is there. Oh, so here itself there is a problem. Okay, I'm telling return true. Before return true, I'll just save this. Save, refresh it. This is fine. This one is 4. So I'm getting this part. That's well, fine. So before returning it's true. Then not valid, it's not coming. Then
Sir, I think when you return, it is going out of the function.
oh, yes. Thank you very much. That is very true. That when we have validated here, when we said it is true, it's coming out of function. Thank you very much. That was a very good point that you catched. So what we will do is, if we will not use trues and all over here, even here we will not use. Yeah, that was very good point. We will say if this is equal to if this is less than 0. If this is less than 0, we will have the alert part. That is, you're right. We will have the alert part, and we will remove the else part. Here also we will do the same thing. If this is equal to 0, instead of equal to 0, we will remove that, and over here we will return, and we will remove the else part. Let me save this program. Let us refresh this. Over here I have ABC. I'm checking whether it is 4 or not. It says not valid. It's fine. There's no problem. It returns. Here we are having it, and this is the phone number I'm checking. It says phone number not valid. Yes, that was a very good point. You have pointed out that I was returning true, which found. So what is happening is it was coming back, and instead of checking the other conditions, it was coming out of the function. Thank you very much for pointing out that part. So this is phone number. Phone number, it says register not valid. So let us enter phone number 56789. Even for 9, it should give not valid. So we will have 9, 10, which is the 10 digits register. Now it is fine, no error. So that is how we evaluate the what do we call phone number for having exactly 10 digits. Now let us come to the password and confirm password. Only thing over here what we need to check is we need to check whether these two are equal or not. It can be alphanumerical. It can be contain special characters like dollar, hash, or exclamation, underscore, hyphen. Anything can be there. So this is a simple. Without using regular expression, we can evaluate whether its password and confirm password is same. So what we will do is we will use, let me copy this part, and then it's CPWC, SPWD. So here we will use SPWD, and this is SCPWD. So we don't need any regular expression here. If this is equal to confirm password. If this is not equal to, we will use here equal to. Then we will say passwords not password do not match. We will say password do not match and return false. So let us save this. I'll just refresh this part. Let us have this valid. Then let us have phone number as let's say dry. I'll say register. It says not a valid phone number. Okay. Then what we will do is instead of that, we will have the correct phone number. It says register. Okay, fine. Then here we will say ABC. I'm typing ABC, small case. I type capital ABC, caps A I'm typing. I'll say register. It says password do not match. So if I have cap ABC and cap ABC both the places, then it will say it matches, there is no error. So this is a basic validation without checking without using the regular expression. We are checking whether password and confirm password is same. Now let us come to the email part. So for the email part also, what we will do is we will copy this. I'm just checking whether the validity of the email. I'm not checking whether email is user has entered email or not. So we will use over here, we will use s email dot search. Now at this place, we will have a regular expression. Now this regular expression, remember again, we are not checking for an email which is, what do we say, which is very complex. So we will try to search, simple email that we are not checking the what do you call the cycles of complexity in email. We'll try to check a simple email format. So email should contain @ symbol. That is what we have it. And before @, we can have alphanumerical characters. So we will define the class of characters, capital A to capital Z, small a to small z, and then 0 to 9. 0 to 9. So these are the alphanumeric characters we can have. Now we don't, obviously email address with special characters is not valid except dot and underscore. So we are saying, and before @ the email address can have capital A to Z, small a to Z, as well as 0 to 9. Apart from this, we are email can have special characters dot. So we will have period as special character, as well as underscore can be a special character. So these two things can be there before @ symbol. And how many can be? What should be? How many times should it repeat? So we'll come back here. We have asterisk, plus, and question mark. One or none, obviously it's not. 0 or more, 1 or more. So what should we use? If you use asterisk, that is for 0 or more. We are using asterisk, then try to check whether it is null or not prior to checking the regular expression. Otherwise, you can use plus, because 1 or more, at least 1 should be there. So I can say a@mjcollege.ac.in. I can have that as an email address. So 1 or more times we are repeating. So then @ is fine, overdone. Then after @ we will say, again use the class of characters, capital A to capital Z, small a to small z. Can a website have numbers 0 to 9? Let us consider it cannot have, but it can have only special character, which is dot. Not even underscore. Websites do not have underscore. So only a special character, which is dot. So then how many times should this repeat? One or more. So let us have plus as the quantifier. And we will use a dollar for checking whether it's at the end or not. So if this is less than equal to 0, if this is less than equal to 0, that means it's not in a valid format. So we will just have email not valid. This is email not valid. And obviously, remember, here we are just a simple email address. We are not checking complex domains. So we just have, I mean, though it can have more number of dots, but normally this will get validated if we have something as MJ College dot AC dot double dot in, also it will validate. So I'm just considering that we are trying to evaluate for basic email expressions. So this is just, let me save this file, and here I'll just select this. I'll say that I'll say register. It says email not valid, and then if I provide abc at xyz.com and then click register, it says name cannot be empty. Obviously, it's true because the next validation is the name. So this has, this is the proper email address what we have evaluated. So this is the way. This is a simple Java script validation program which we have seen today as a practical example of how things happen, how validation happens using the regular expressions. So this was the topic for today, and with this, let me just look at the syllabus before we end the class. So with this, we have completed this pattern matching, and pattern matching is one of the most important part of JavaScript. And then this DOM objects we had seen in the previously before our internal, and HTML DOM events, that is your on click, whatever we have seen practically, on click, submit, focus, then what do we call several other events also with the click events and all. Now the last topic which is left is the Ajax, which we will complete. We will take up in the next class, as well as in the next class we will look at the XML. Now this XML topic is not a huge topic, so we will be able to complete the Ajax as well as the XML part in the next class, because we have a 2 hours class on Wednesday. So that we will take up in the next class. So is there any doubts as far or as such for this presentation? For today's session? If there are no doubts, then we can wind up the class. And I'm thankful to, I don't know who have pointed out about the problems we were having in executing the program. But anyway, I'm very much thankful to the person who has done it, to reminded me about the error of return true and false part. Thank you once again. So if there are no doubts, then I think we can end this session. You can log off. Thank you.